Today, I'm going to show you guys the best way to make a Roblox GFX in 2025. It's literally the easiest way. So yeah, let's get it. To make this GFX, you're going to need Roblox Studio and Blender downloaded, so just make sure you have them. And if you don't, the link is in the description to download it. The first step is to head over to this website called softgb.gumroad.com. This is where you're going to find the starter rigs. And obviously I'm going to leave this link in the description. But in my last video, you guys were getting confused. This is absolutely free. Like, it's literally free. However, if you want to, you can give them some money for it, because they're just giving it away for free out of the kindness of their little heart. But like I said, you can't give it to them for free. Once you are here, you can just click I want this. Well, first type in 0 if you're not going to pay. I want this, and you go through this whole little spiel and you press get. They are not going to send you the downloads to your email. They're just going to send you the receipt. But after you press get and you type your email in and everything, it will bring you to this page, and you need both of these. So Roblox starter rigs and Roblox HD faces. You need both of them. Trust me, they're both super important. After you download both of those, we're going to head into Roblox Studio and we're going to open a brand new base plate. All right. So once you have your brand new base plate open, we're going to import the character that we're going to use for our GFX. So if you're using your personal character, you can simply go to avatar up top, click rig builder, and then make sure it's on R6. R15 does not work. Use an R6 rig, then press my avatar. Once you do, it'll spawn like right here, and we're gonna click on it, go to the properties tab, and we're going to scroll down and set the position to 0, 0, 0, and it'll go right in the center of the map. If you don't have the properties tab, you can go up to view, and it's right here. So just click this and it'll pop up. Now, if you're using somebody else's rig, you'll have to get an importer. It's just like a little plugin you could put into Roblox Studio. But once you do find one, like either this one or this one, you can literally just click on them and type their name in right here and just click spawn R6, not R15, and then it'll spawn just like that. If you do decide to use a character importer like this one, make sure you set the position of the character to 0, 3, 0 instead of 0, 0, 0. But yeah, for this GFX, I'm just going to use my own, so I'm going to get rid of this. Now for the next step, we're going to open our computer files. So literally just open your download section on your computer. So now that we're in the download section of our computer, what we're going to do is we're just going to create a new folder. So if you're on Windows, you should be able to just go up to the top left, click folder, and a new one should pop up. If you're on Mac, there is a way to make a folder. You probably just have to right click and then press new or something like that. But if you're on Windows, this is the route to take. So we're just gonna name this GFX, make it very vague. And once we get into that folder, now we're gonna add another one. So I'm gonna name this avatar. Yeah, just like that, avatar. And then I'm actually going to make another folder called avatar ACC. That's just short for accessories. And honestly, if you do have multiple accessories on your character, for example like hair and then a shoulder pal or something on your back, I'd make additional folders for each accessory. But for now, I'm just going to be doing my hair and my earrings on my character, so I'm just going to use this one. But after you create these two folders, then we can go back into Roblox Studio. Okay, so with those folders created, now we're going to export our rig right here so that we can import it later into Blender. So the first step, decide on what you actually want in your GFX. Now I will say, if you're a beginner, just focus on your actual avatar's clothes, so like the regular clothes, and the hair and the head, like everything on the head. So the earrings and the hair, those are easy accessories. If you want to do like stuff around your neck, on your shoulder, on your back, It's going to be a little bit more technical and you might get overwhelmed, so I suggest just starting easy. So what I'm going to do is only do my hair and my earrings. So I'm going to find my rig in the Explorer tab, and if you don't have the Explorer tab here, like I said before, go to View and just click Explorer right here. But go to the Explorer tab, go to your rig, and then click that little arrow and find your accessories in the Explorer tab. So I just selected my earrings right here, and my hair is here as well. So I'm gonna click Control to select both of them. So I have my earrings right here, and then I'm gonna hold down Control and click on my hair so it selects both of them at the same time. And now from here, I'm gonna right click, go down to Export Selection, and once you do that, it'll open your downloads. Make sure you save this, everything on your head, to the Avatar Accessories folder. These are the accessories for your character. Do not save it to the regular Avatar folder. And now for the Avatar folder, all we're gonna do is click on the rig itself. You could either do that in the Explorer tab, or you can just click on it with your mouse. And we're gonna right click and just go all the way down to Export Selection. And now you save that download in the Avatar folder, because that's for your whole avatar. It doesn't matter what accessories you have on it, that won't show in this file. It just matters that you have the whole avatar selected and you export the selection and save it. And now, with those steps complete of us saving our avatar and accessories to our downloads, we're going to now open Blender. Now, once you open Blender, you should see something like this. This is a very weird and unusual setup if you're only used to Roblox Studio. So yeah, and the movement is different as well. If you just want to move around like this, just hold down your mouse wheel and you could do all this type of stuff. And if you hold down Shift and move your mouse wheel, you can move like this. But yeah, that's just some of the basic movement. Blender is a little bit weird, but it can get the job done to make this GFX. So the first thing you're gonna want to do is we need to get the rigs that we downloaded in the beginning of the video into Blender. So the first thing we're gonna need to do is go up to the Edit tab, go down to Preferences, and go to the Add-ons section. Then we're gonna go to the top where it says Install. Once you click Install, it will open all your files, so you can go and find the downloads that we got from the beginning of the video. After you do click Install and you open your download section, just type in Starter Rigs in your little search bar right here, and you should find it. The file should look something like this if you're on Windows. It might look a little different if you're on Mac. I'm not entirely sure, but this is like what it should pretty much look like. There's probably not going to be two, but I had to re-download it for this video. So just click it, click Install Add-on, and if it doesn't automatically bring you to this right here, you'll just have to type it in this little search bar and make sure you select this little checkbox right here. Now you have it installed. Once you have those rigs installed, we can click on this and just drag over these little stuff right here. We don't need them, so we're just gonna delete it. So just right click, press delete, and now to open the rigs, we can click this little arrow right here, and you should see Starter Rigs on the bottom. Now the little drop down menu should pop up, and we can use any of these rigs. So I'm just going to use a blocky rig because that's what my character has now. So let's just import this, and yeah, as you can see, we have our first rig opened in Blender. So if you try to look around this rig, you can't really tell which side is the front because it's literally all gray. So we're going to change our viewport at the top right of our screen. Click this little beach ball looking icon right here, and as you can see, now we know which side is the front. So the first step we're going to take is getting our clothes on. So we're going to go up to the shading tab right here, and once you're in the shading tab, it should look something like this. All you have to do is don't click on the lines of your character, click on the blank parts. So right here, click on it, and this should pop up on the bottom. Now go to this little X right here, click it, and it should turn the rig black. And now from here, open the image file that we saved in the avatar folder when we exported from Roblox Studio. So just click open, find where you saved those GFX files, and we're gonna open the avatar folder like this, and make sure you click on this texture right here. This is what it should look like. And as you can see, we now have clothes on our rig. If for some reason your character doesn't look like mine and either the textures are messed up or the whole character is pink, you could watch this GFX error video and I guarantee you will find a solution to your problem. Now, if we do go down a little bit, and to go down, just hold down on the mouse wheel and drag upwards, we find something called face texture. Now, all we need to do from here is pretty much the same thing as before. Click this little X, and we're gonna press open. And instead of going to the files that we got from Roblox Studio, we're gonna go back to the files that we got from the beginning of the video, and it should be a folder called Roblox HD Faces. So when we click open, when you do type in Roblox HD Faces, it should pop up in your downloads. If you do not see this folder for some reason, I'm just gonna show you a quick step that might help. If you don't see it, like I said, go back to your download section in your files, and you should see it right here, but it is a zip file, so that means it won't really be accessible. All we have to do is click it, right click, and extract all, and that will save it to your downloads. Or to make it simpler, just select it and drag it to your download section, and after it's done loading, you can go back to downloads and you'll see it right here. But anyways, back to Blender. Now it should pop up for sure. Just click on it again and a bunch of faces will pop up for you to use in your GFX. So literally choose any face you want. All of these are available. Yeah, it's pretty much a free-for-all from here. Choose anyone you want. So I'm just gonna go up and use this one with the little bandage on the face. Okay, cool. So now we have our clothes on and we have a new face on our rig. So we can go back to the layout tab to get back to this view. And yeah, as you guys can see, it's pretty solid. But let's get the accessories on here so I'm not just bald. For this step, what we're gonna do is go up to the top left in File, go down to Import, and click on Wavefront OBJ. Again, once you make it back to your avatar files, open the avatar accessories folder and make sure you click on avatar accessories.obj, not MTL. And now your accessories should be in. If for some reason your accessories aren't attached to your character like this, just go to that error video that I showed you guys before and you'll fix it. So right now, if we do click on our character and we move it around, our accessories are not attached. So to attach them, we're gonna click on the accessories, we're gonna hold down Shift and then click on this little ring around your character's neck, and then hold down Control and click P, and a little menu like this should pop up. Make sure you go down and click Bone. Now this will connect everything together so that when you do move your character, now they're all one. Alright, so we just reached the first major checkpoint in this little GFX process. As you guys can see, we have a full character now, and all that's required left is the other two main parts, which is posing and lighting. Let's do the posing first. So to get to the posing portions, we're not just gonna click on stuff and start going like this, and yeah, no. We're going to click on these lines around the character. So let me just do that one more time. Click on these black lines, and once you do, go up to the top left, this little drop down, go down to pose mode. Once you're in pose mode, now when you click on these little lines, you're determining which spot on the character you want to move. So let's say I click on this little line, these lines on the arm. I'm going to go to this little move thing and I can move it. And I know that's what I did before, but this is not realistic posing. To do realistic posing, it's really just rotating. So if I rotate it like this, and I click this line and I will go like that, and I don't know. I could go like this and this, and yeah, who knows, I could do a lot of stuff. But as you guys can see, this is like a major portion of making a GFX. The posing is super important. But yeah, from here, just do what you want to do, pose, get it looking nice, and yeah. And to do that quick undo like I just did, like this, just click Control Z and it'll quickly undo it. And to redo, click Control Shift then Z. So yeah, I want you guys to start posing your rigs now. Alright, so I have my character posed in like a little walking stance. I think it's pretty solid. The angle I'm probably gonna go from is like somewhere like right here, something like that. But yeah, it's pretty solid. It's nothing really, and I might change it because it's kind of boring, but for now this is good. We're gonna go back to object mode, so go back to the top left, click object, and yeah, now we're not in pose mode anymore. Click shift, well, hold down shift and then click A, and once you're holding down both of those keys, go down to camera. Now you should see something pop up. Just drag it and kind of just put it in front of your character for now, just like this. So now when we do click this little camera icon right here, we can see through this camera. Everything that's shaded darkly around this little rectangle will not be seen in the camera when we do the final export. So just make sure that everything you want to be shown in the GFX is within this rectangular cutout. And obviously, like, the camera is horribly posed and it's not faced towards our rig and all that good stuff. So on this right side of your screen, go to this right here, this little square icon, and this will let you move the camera. So make sure you have the camera selected, and if you don't, just click the outline of the rectangle to select it. And now we can mess with these 3 axes to rotate it like this. We can adjust the height, and yeah, we could do a lot. So just keep playing with these. Like I said, Control Z is undo. So if you don't like something, just undo it. But yeah, I'm just gonna play with these, and yeah, something like this is pretty much what I want. I want him to be kind of looking up into the sky, and yeah, to me this is solid. But do what you want, get the angles that you want, and just make sure that everything that you do want to show in your final GFX is within this rectangular cutout. So yeah, once you have all that set, just use your mouse wheel and just drag anywhere and it will take you out of the camera view, or you can just unclick the camera icon. And now your camera's set up, your rig is set up, and like I said, the last big step is the lighting. And to get great lighting, we could use these ones. So if you do click Shift A again, we can go to light right here, and we can choose one of these. So like, let me just show you. For example, we can use area light. So it's like the same thing as the camera. It's gonna spawn around about right there in the center, and we just have to move it. So we can rotate it, and this line, we just want to make sure that it's facing wherever we want the light to shine from. So we could be here, wherever, it doesn't really matter. But like, let's just say I want the light shining from, I'd say up here, and then I'm just gonna rotate it, angle it down, yeah, something like this. So if I want the light facing that way, I just have to make sure that this line is going in the exact direction I want it to. Now make sure you have the light selected, go down to this little light bulb icon, and literally just mess with it. So this is the power. I'm just gonna put it up, and I know you guys can't see any light effects, but that's because we are not in the correct viewport. So let me just do this real quick. I just want to show you guys. I'm gonna make the light pink, I'm gonna put the power up, and everything is set. So now real quick, go to this camera icon, go down to cycles. Make sure that when you do go down to cycles, if you are using a PC with a GPU or a graphics card, put it on GPU compute so that your computer isn't doing as much hard work when it's trying to render. And now this is very important, or your computer will become super laggy. Put the max samples in sampling, put it to about like 60. That's really all you need. You don't need it higher than 60, 70. If you want to go to 100, that's fine, but you don't need it high. For the render one, which is the final GFX, you could put it like to 1000, between 1000 and 2000. That's pretty decent. So I'm just gonna put mine right in the middle, 1500. Now when we go up to the right and we click this little icon, your screen is going to get laggy a little bit, but that's just because it is rendering the official image. So let me just show you guys what that means. As you guys can see, it's super dark and my screen is laggy just a little bit, but this is the real image. And as you guys can see, that pink light that I made is shining on my character. So like, let's say I put this up to 1000 power, it's shining way brighter. And we could change the type of light we're using. This is super bright, that's why it's called sun. So for this one, I could actually turn it down and it's still very bright. But yeah, we could use any color lighting. And this lighting is pretty good. It's really situational. It depends on what you're looking for. But for me personally, if I was a beginner again, I wouldn't really focus on this. I'd rather go use a lighting HDRI. And I'm gonna show you how to get that and what that even means right now. So head over to your web browser and we're gonna open a new tab and we're gonna search up PolyHaven. And when we do search it up, it should be the first link. Now scroll down and click Browse HDRIs. This is what we want. So as you can see, there's a bunch of different environments and different lightings and shades that we can choose from. Literally just choose anyone. For me though, I am gonna choose this one just because it seems very, clear and yeah, it's calm. So after you do choose one, just go up to here, make sure this is on HDR, and then just click download. And yeah, let's get rid of this lighting real quick. We don't need this. And I'm actually going to change my viewport just so that my computer is doing less work. And then I'm going to go back to the shading tab, click this little drop down right here, go to world, and we're going to import a bunch of stuff. So when you click add, first type in environment texture. That's the main thing we're going to need. So we're going to press open. And once we search it up, we should find it in the download section on our computer. So just double click it and it will open. And like I said, you can't see anything right now, but we just have to add a few more stuff. So yeah, technically this will work. If you just zoom out with your mouse wheel, you should see these two things. And if we attach this color, the lighting will show up once we go back to this viewport. Just like this. However, we want the lighting to kind of face the front of our character, so we're gonna add a couple more stuff so that we have full control. So click add again and just start typing texture coordinates, and you should see it here. And then lastly, we're just gonna click add one more time and type in mapping. And you could place that here. So now just connect this vector to there and then connect generated to this vector and you're set. So I'm gonna go back to the viewport that shows the lighting, and from here it is gonna be a little bit laggy, but if you do rotate it with this Z axis, the lighting will literally move. So yeah, now you can see that the lighting is facing the front of my character. I'm gonna actually move it a little bit more and maybe a little bit less. something. Yeah, I like this one. So this one is pretty good. I'm gonna keep mine at that. And yeah, we just added the official lighting for our GFX. So going back to the layout tab, let's really look at this. So let's go in camera view and let's go back to this render shading viewport. And when we really look at it, it is pretty solid, but me personally, I don't want the background in my GFX when I render it. So what I'm gonna do is go back to this camera icon, go all the way down to film, and then click transparent. And now you'll still have the lighting, but the background just won't be there. And I'm happy to tell you guys that from here, your GFX is 95% finished. So for the final steps, go back to this camera icon and go all the way up and just make sure that under render, your max samples is between 1000 and 2000, just how I mentioned before. That will allow your computer to generate a good image, but it just won't stress your computer as much. And once you have that, go up to render and click render image. Once you do that, a window should pop up and your image will be on here and it will be loading. I know it's lagging a little bit, especially on my screen too, but that's just because your PC is going through a lot right now trying to max out the quality of your render. On this top, I could say like top left, middle-ish, it says samples and that shows a number, and then the number it's going to is the number of samples you put in your settings. So once this has maxed out at your max samples, which for mine it's 1500, then your GFX will be complete. Well, yeah, mine is complete now. So click image after it's done and just go down, and now you save it to your files. Once you do that, you could just close this render window. Make sure you do save the file for your GFX. And yeah, with that, I'm happy to tell you guys that you just made your first GFX successfully. I know that was a lot of steps. If you do have to, slow down the video, put it in like 0.75 speed, and just keep pausing and just try to follow the steps as close as possible so you can get it down for yourself. And if you have any questions about any steps I took, I will try my best to help you in the comments. And if I can't help you in the comments, I will tell you to join my Discord server or DM me so that I can help you. After you do render your image, pretty much you're done. From here, you can take this into a photo editor and add a background, or if you want to take it a step further, which is a little bit more advanced, you can actually create a scene in Blender so that your character is like involved in some type of atmosphere. So like you could put it next to a car, on a land, I don't know, holding a sword or something, fighting, whatever. You can literally pose your character and create buildings and stuff around it to put it in an environment, and then you can render it. But just to keep it basic though, take this into a photo editor, add a background, and you're done. If you guys do want to know how to take it into a photo editor and just do all those steps to get a full GFX, I will make another video on that very soon. It should upload in like, I don't know, a couple of days, like maybe 2-3 days. And yeah, you'll be pretty solid and complete. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy that little video. This is the easiest way, in my opinion, to make a GFX for 2025. It's literally like the best method. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, I'll answer all questions in the comments. And yeah, like and subscribe.